All right. Well, let's give this a try, shall we, y'all? Starting like a minute and a half early. I have to mute this. Check some of my settings here. So, welcome you guys who are just joining in early. What's going on, y'all? Did forget to do one thing. Okay, let's close this door so it's not as noisy. I'm coming back in right now. We're about to get started. Okay, y'all, what's up? We are going to, yes, got everything. All right, how's it going, y'all? Let's get this scene switched if we can. How is everybody? Don't know how any of this is going to work. This is my first time using streaming software. So give me a second here to figure that out. Hey, it does work. Okay. So, what's going on, y'all? Happy Saturday. Hope everybody's doing well. Let me get caught up on the comments here. I know some of you are only here for a few minutes. So, hey, Torch, hey, Ryan, Rune, Jeff, what's up? Hey, me. Wait a minute. Don's, yeah, 2 a.m. Got to get that beauty sleep, right? What's going on, Pete? Hey, King Street. And Kevin, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Night Owl. Mr. 17, because I'm not calling you DDB anymore. And Shane, welcome. You are new to the chat, I believe. I haven't seen you here before, so welcome. Happy Sunday, yeah, over in Australia. And let's see, Pryor, hey, Don's from the future. Yeah, he always wins firsts, even if he's way behind somehow. We got on a first war for a while there. No, Bart, if you show up, don't do that. You're not first anymore. Hey, Tim Walker, welcome. William, good morning. Jason figured you live as I'm walking through Harbor Freight. Be careful in there. Don't buy drill bits. Morning, Dan and Mr. Maintenance Man. Hello, welcome. Just welcome along semi-lockouts. Semi-lockouts. And it's been crazy with Hondas here lately. Like in the past 2 days, we've had non-stop Honda calls, which we don't have the stuff to do Honda keys. So whoever's making Honda keys in town is making some money, I guess. Or apparently nobody is, because we're getting all the phone calls. Chef, hey, Chef Mel, what's up? Lee, hello, welcome. Sorry. Getting warm outside, so all the bugs and stuff are starting to come in. Shane, yes, let's see. All right, so we are going to get started here. In my other videos, again, I just mentioned that this is new to me for streaming. And in my last Saturday video, like I talked about, we need to get better at this, right? I'm still not better at this because I don't really know quite yet how the process works. First off, let me back up my cameras. I wanted to do this so that I'd have a dual camera view, because I wanted to go over there today and do a little bit of something during this live. However, $16 later, I had to get an app to make my camera work because my webcam's crappy, and I wanted a better view for y'all because I wasn't going to subject y'all to this crappy internal webcam. I'm not going to go buy a webcam because I've got GoPros and all that. To use my GoPro, I got to use a video capture card, which is like $100, which I don't have to throw away on this right now. So, long story short is I can, but my cameras are freezing up when I switch scenes to the different camera. So unfortunately, due to it being busy this week, I have both not been able to test it accurately. This is literally the first test of me doing this, because Sunday when I loaded the program and all that, I kept trying to do an unlisted so nobody would get a notification that I was live, and it kept toggling to public to me anyway, so I don't know what was going on there. So I just kind of freaked out. I didn't want to do, get everybody's hopes up that I was going live or something. SE lock and key. Oh, this is not an important call. Go fuck yourself. Beep. Sorry. Excuse my language. Phone spam. Anyway, long story short, yes, this is a test. This is a test of the emergency Saturday live broadcasting system from SE Lock and Key. And I still don't have a game plan because I've been so concerned with doing that. I'm going to switch back to this. I don't know how loud I'm talking here. Okay, we're good. We're good. But I'm glad everybody's joining me for this test. And you used... Okay, so we're talking about tryout keys for semis. Semis, well, some of them are hard to get into. Some of them are easy to get into. Some of those, like, what was the last one I did was, it was a pain. It's like, what, older Volvo one? Oh my God, those suck. Hey, Billy Bob, what's up? Yeah, like we're talking about here in chat. And I didn't want to, like I said, I was trying to put in also the thing that I'm trying to do here now is put in like some video clips and some pictures, but due to lack of time, I'm not able to do that quite yet. But hopefully, Saturday Morning Live 8, next Saturday, I will have it figured out as to what to put in the corner here, because I've got so many like little short clips of videos and stuff that I want to talk about that I did during the week, and I can't because, I mean, I probably could right here. Do y'all want to bear with me for just a second? Y'all mind? Let me try something here real quick. I don't want the camera to freeze, because if the camera freezes, we're gonna have to go blank for a little bit. But I mean, we can try. So, I mean, if I add in a let's see. Please don't freeze. We're gonna call this a clip. And okay. Y'all gonna kill me if we get frozen up here. Browse over to here. Sorry about this. This is not really locksmith related, is it? This is more like a video production thing. Okay, live production. I've started getting folders with this all ready to go, but random GoPro pictures. Is this what? No, that wouldn't want to put it in. What did I put this in? Let's see if we can do this. Watch this. Okay, here we go.
Don't forget to get a spare key while you're here to put in your box.
Trying to get a key to fall into a thing. So that was probably not quick. Okay, I'm seeing it on the screen. Yeah. Okay, so that helps me. Sorry about that, but that's an older clip. I did that like a year ago. I was trying to get the key to fall in the key box. It never quite worked out. So I'm glad to see that we didn't freeze, number one, and number two, now I know what I need to do to get that straightened out. So going back to y'all, I was talking about semis. Yeah, semis are a pain in the ass, mainly because you got to hang onto the rail and you're like on one leg. And actually, the worst one that I did like that was a train, actually, which was kind of like a semi, because we've got the train yard right behind us, off ways behind us there, and I had to go unlock a train, which actually shut down the production yard when I came, because that was an incident. It got listed as an incident. So yeah, I had to go unlock a train, and it's like same thing as a semi, basically. SE lock and key. Good. I don't have anybody that can come out today. I'm sorry. No, sir. Thank you. He was up at the store and somebody done walked off with his keys. You need to do an outtakes video. Yeah, I need to. I've got clips. It's just a matter of timing and doing all the other stuff. I kind of add them into some of the clips. The last one I did was at the end of a few videos back. I can't remember what it was offhand. Okay, yes. Again, going back to the semi thing, tryout keys. I don't like tryout keys at all. I've got several sets of them. The only thing I do like tryout keys for, here's a set right here that I, wait. Yeah. Oh no. 32 Y11 keys. Covers 80% of them. But on the same token, those are so easy to excuse me, so easy to, what are you doing, dude? Stomping around in your shorts in the parking lot. So easy to pick and decode, or impression, or whatever else. I don't really ever use them. I have used them to effectively, but on the same token, going back a few decades, oh no, we look down here. These are the wide broach cut GM. Of course, GM 6 cuts were sidebar, so but these fit all keyways, and never effing worked. So they're just there as a museum piece now. But yes, it also is hard to do. It's easier to pick, like the very last semi that I had to do was a production crew downtown, and they locked their keys in there, and it was a wafer type lock, probably a RA3 door lock that did not have a sidebar. So no, I think it was a Y11. I can't remember what brand it was, but it picked really easily on the door. Hey Rune, I've ordered a new phone to use as a camera. The padlock one. Yeah. The padlock Domino's 4.0. Yeah, that was 5.0, whichever one it was. Yeah, I hated to just put all that video footage up and never see it again. So I figured we go ahead and put it out there. Hey, LPP, Lockpicking Patrolman, on your way home from work. See, you do your live when I'm on my way home from work. So, yes, you can listen. Hey, Tennessee Tarantula. Purple Skull, good morning. Make me a spare Mazda 2009 Mazda 6. Is it an actual key, or is it a key remote, or is it just a remote? It's probably a key remote, I would think. About all we can do is clone keys with our RW4, which is not out. So, yeah, and of course, onboard program. But ever since, and that was going to lead into one of the topics that I was going to go over somewhat quickly. In my Happy Friday video, I had mentioned we were going to talk about tools, and I do have some tools out. We've already seen this. If you haven't seen that video, I'll eventually go back in this live and try to link the video on my special tool. My special tool. Still want to find out from Nipex. I've sent them a message too to find out, because I know I sent them a message like 3 years ago when that same topic came up. I just can't remember whether they ever said yes or no. I don't think they did. Yes, whatever. Catch up. Yeah, you know, I'm monitoring my lag also, making sure that everything is okay with my latency and all that stuff. So since we're not getting real detailed in this one, we're gonna, since that came up, I'm gonna go see if I can find, yeah, let's go to this. I'm gonna remove that clip. Image, okay. Browse for it real quick. Let's see, this is where technically this was one of my initial. Okay, let's see what happens here. Oh, it explodes it big. This was one of my initial images, and once I get my scenes and all that down, I'll be able to put up pictures of stuff right here. So, yes, I just kind of ran out of time to do that. Yes, I do. And so what spurred me on to going back to the tools, I'll catch up on comments in just a second. So we'll talk about hand tools real quick. Not really over much, because I do want to do I'm not even going to bother turning the camera around to show y'all. Okay. He looks like a cross between, what's that actor's name with the long hair? I can't even remember that dude's name. Anyway, getting sidetracked. Hand tools, and I'm going to do a whole separate, kind of a shorter clip video, you know, one of those top 10 hand tools of the locksmithing business. But what spurred me on to doing that, we'll just talk about it for a minute. That way you guys we can talk about tools. And I have done tool videos before. Some of them were kind of cringy, which is why I want to do an updated one. But somebody's tool list on Reddit had a whole bunch of Amazon things. Now, you know, I know a lot of people maybe don't have access to local places, but even though I could order off Amazon for a little bit cheaper, you know, if some of these, like this is an Ace Hardware, so I have an Ace Hardware literally right down the hill from me, and most people would think that would be non-beneficial. However, it is highly beneficial because they themselves bring stuff up to me that they have cut. It was funny, I had one guy brought something up and he said the guy didn't want to bring it here himself, but literally we're within walking distance. It'd take me like 3 minutes to walk down there, and since there's a hill, it would take me like 10 minutes to walk back. So yes, they send us a lot of business, so when possible I do try to go to that. But this guy had a full list of Amazon stuff that he thought he should buy, and one of them was an extended screwdriver. Now, we have talked about that in another video about extended screwdrivers. A few of us were talking about it, but literally I don't see why you would need an extended screwdriver. I very, very rarely, I've thought of it a few times, but there's almost no need for an extended screwdriver. Number one, the shaft is bigger, and like I talked about in a videos, a lot of deadbolts now, sometimes you have to go into a recess. The number 2 Phillips by Klein is, I mean, aside from the grip getting goofy, it's the cheapest, best, a $10 screwdriver, and with that, the 3/16 cabinet tip, so that you have cute little matching things. And luckily they made this one a little bit smaller so you can feel them in your back pocket. Yeah, see, lock and key. What do you need done? To just unlock the vehicle. This is 60 plus tax, but I don't have anybody available today. Okay, thanks. Deflecting and dodging. So yes, the 3/16 cabinet tip screwdriver is the second best thing, and you very rarely actually even need a bigger tip than that if you want to buy one of those kits like a Craftsman kit or whatever with the bunch of different ones in there. You're going to end up using 1 or 2 of those, and the other ones are rarely going to get used. And with that, you know, really in this kit, all I have is a little stubby. I was actually going to do both a video on tools and a video on this Maxpedition Skinny that Tyler or Kim, one of the two, got me for Christmas. And it's not, y'all know how I am about bags, but it's actually kind of cool. It holds most of my screwdrivers and stuff. So it's one thing I've been using lately, which why I have new gear, and I have changed my opinions on gear, like that little 4-in-1 Klein screwdriver has replaced other screwdrivers for me. So I'm going to come back and get caught up on comments real quick. Wow, y'all are talking away, aren't you? I've got a pop out. Where's my pop out chat? Ah, there it is. Yeah, hey, LPP, if you're still here, what did you end up doing on your stream? Or thinking about doing? Hey, Roger, good afternoon to you. Still morning for us. Tennessee asks, wanting to become a locksmith, what's the best school or program to take? None. Yeah, some of the Chrysler 18-wheelers are, you can use Y157 jigglers. Most of the time it'll open. If what you waiting on Asa stuff, Night Owl? I have a Astro van. I've shown it in a few videos. It's an old fella, but I love that platform. I wish they still made them. My next one I hadn't decided. I mean, it's on up there and it's getting old, but she's doing good. You're doing very good. So any small van. I've heard a lot of good things about those Ford Transit little things, and you can usually get those, you know, that have been used by bigger companies for somewhat cheap. And my mechanic said they're great, so I trust him on that as far as having to repair. And hey, Access Locks. Okay, Purple Skull, have a good one if you're not here. If not, when you come back and watch the rest of it. Thank you. Hey, Andy, good morning. Your package has not gone out. I'm getting it done this weekend, and it will go out Monday morning. Congrats again on your thing. Hey, DD, good morning. Hideout. Order they're supposed to arrive yesterday. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, and I did a... working on old 70s B-body ignition switch. Can't seem to free the plug. Oh, what is a B-body, Access Locks? What do you mean B-body? Is that Chevy or Ford? Because the Chevy's going to be a sidebar. And there would be almost no reason you could just put a new ignition in. You can take those apart, but... Gotcha. Hey, Fred. Yes, you're late. That's okay. We're here for, you know, a little bit. People can pop in and out. You're not... Thanks for those who stay the whole time, of course, but I completely understand. That's one thing about the stream, is where you can just pop in and out, and then afterward it'll be uploaded, and you can come back and watch the rest of it, because I'm talking about little things here and there, and I was going to actually briefly talk about social media. We had a, sort of, doesn't really apply to the locksmith trade, but I'm going to lead into that. We had a dude here in town that was apparently a YouTuber that I did not know about, and he is one of those, I guess he's trying to break into the reality business with YouTube. Anyway, long story short, he was at night speeding, doing a YouTube live with him speeding across, going supposedly up to 180, 190 miles an hour on a stretch of road that I'm very familiar with, and then not for that, but got pulled over like later in the live video, like 3 minutes later. He had already left that area and gone somewhere else, and I think he got pulled over doing like 100, and the cop ended up getting his info, and he like told the cop that he wasn't speeding, and then cop got his info, and they tracked him down and arrested him like 2 days later because it was a live video. And it actually hit national news. It was on Fox News, and unfortunately he's one of those that like flashes his YouTube money. He got a couple of viral videos and then somehow managed to get monetized on it, and oh my god, it's a train wreck. I'm not even gonna link it or anything like that, because he monetizes videos, and when you get one of your videos linked in a news thing, if y'all remember, Lockpicking Lawyer did a video on the hotel sites. That was one of his big ones, because news stations, once somebody embeds it on a website and, you know, 100,000 people go to the news site, see it, you get your monetization kickbacks from that. So while it's ridiculous, yes, he did illegal stuff, which you're not supposed to do on YouTube, but there's no shortage of car racers, of course, and but then got busted, and you know, he's making bank off his video, which leads me just into thinking about the whole social networking thing and what it applies to locksmith. And I guess I should also probably say that I will do a future video on, you know, social networking, but I want to briefly talk about Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, obviously, there's really not much there on YouTube aside from either mainly picking videos or a few of the other random guys who do kind of what I do as well. We just talk about different things. Anyway, but the Facebook, the Instagram, and the Twitter, specifically because I use all three, but in varying capacities. And I have, don't forget, hit that smash like button, hit that like button in Facebook. So what I do is I kind of separate them. Like some people just think because you can link the sites together, like on Facebook, you can tell it to link to your Twitter account. And when you post something on Facebook, it automatically sends it to Twitter. And people just think they use their Twitter like that. And people who are on Twitter ignore those accounts, because if we wanted to see Facebook, we would get on Facebook and follow you there. So, number one, if you do have a Facebook and Twitter account, I advise this to anybody, not even if you're a locksmith, to de-link those and focus. If you want to be Facebook, be Facebook. If you want to be Twitter, be Twitter. Keep them separate. Twitter stuff doesn't go over well on Facebook for the most part. Facebook stuff doesn't go over well on other stuff. Instagram, I simply use for like pictures of like new keys, and every so often personal stuff like dog pictures or whatever, because we love our dogs. But long story short, no matter how you use it, it's not really going to make you any money, except in some rare cases. It will help with your brand, and it will give people a place to go to, get information or whatever information they want to find on you as a company. So okay, let me back up a little bit. There's Facebook pages. So like if you have a page, like we have a page, SE Lock and Key, but we keep it separate. It has nothing, absolutely, let me make this clear right now. If you're watching it has absolutely nothing to do with YouTube. I don't use my Facebook page for anything besides business or local area stuff. And there is also a thing where I would love to pop up in this feed right now, that if you send me a message through your Facebook page, so if you have a Facebook page and I send you a message and you're busy and you're like, somebody says on your Facebook page, hey, great to see you, blah, blah, blah. If you don't reply to that, your page manager like tags you and it's like, this dude takes so long to reply to messages, and you on your Facebook page it says typically replies to messages. If you're the administrator of that page, that is not beneficial for your page. You want it to stay. So that forces you, like if I'm on a job and I don't reply within an hour or two, it says typically replies within 1 or 2 hours. Long story short, I want to keep I've always tried to keep my YouTube and my Facebook page separately, and my personal page, I don't friend anybody on Facebook. I don't, for the most part, don't have any join in any locksmith groups. Not interested in that on Facebook, and I don't add friends unless I literally physically know them and have known them for a while and even care to friend them. So I don't use my Facebook friends at all for that. Twitter is literally my best way to keep up with everything. And if you're going to use Twitter as a business, really you just need to follow your local people. Get really involved with communicating back and forth with people in your immediate area, because the outside reach of that really is not going to affect your bottom line, I guess you could say. It's not going to help you. Whereas with Twitter people locally, once you pin that down, you will get jobs through that. And it's kind of slacked off, but I still get, in fact, I got a reply to a Twitter message about fixing the front door. So once you get involved with them locally on Twitter, you will get business that way, and that is a direct local thing. And the last one, and I'll go over all this in a whole separate video, much shorter, more condensed, and so I don't have to read chat and multitask. But Nextdoor app is, those of you who are familiar with it, and I know you overseas guys wouldn't care about this part, but just a brief word on Nextdoor. Why you can't get on Nextdoor It's a community based, and basically, if in your neighborhood there is a square mile radius, who are people in there that live there, and you have to get like a postcard or something. So you'd have to get like your neighbor to send you, who is part of the network, to send you a postcard. There are a couple other ways you can log in and set it up on Nextdoor.com or whatever. That is actually one of our most beneficial social media things, because while you can't get on there as a business because you will get flagged if you just go on there and say, hey, call SE Lock and Key to come change your locks. That's considered, they don't let you do that. They don't let you pay. They do let you pay to advertise, but it's huge money. That's more, they're shooting towards the national organizations there, even though it's a local neighborhood group. But you really just, whatever you're mostly concerned with, if you're into, animal rescue like we are, my focus on that is both the crime alerts and the lost and found. And if your focus is with anything else, you get in on that focus, and then while you can't advertise, you can watch out for those. Do you need a lock? Does anybody, because people will get on there and say, does anybody know a locksmith? Long story short, again, if I had the ability to throw it up here and I had it cropped out ready to go. Oh, hold on just a sec. Hey, how are you?
Well, hey.
Okay, dang it. Okay, watch this. Hey, the volume should be, no, it's not muted, is it? No, then see, I was supposed to do this. And unmute. Again, one day. Yeah, again, one day I'll be a professional at this. Get caught up on the comments real quick, y'all. I've just been sitting here talking and talking away. Oh, sorry. But to finish that off, yes, Nextdoor is a good one. Just get on there and interact with the community on Nextdoor. It's wild. We have like goats loose and all this other stuff. So if you care about the goats being loose, get on Nextdoor. Thanks again, y'all, for catching up. We're going way back on the comments about the like button. Thanks for hitting that. That speeding guy didn't kill himself. Well, yeah, that would have been just stupidity. Somebody say cat pics. Yeah, hey Bart, what's up? Okay, wow. I turned into my... Yeah, well, see, I'm sorry about that. I muted myself. I are a professional, Fred. Thank you. I are a professional. No, because I was not ready. I'm just a little bitty tiny professional. Not at all. So, not much was said about my whole theories on Nextdoor. Is anybody here part of Nextdoor in your community? Because there's like Facebook groups for your neighborhoods, and then there's that Nextdoor thing for neighborhoods. But the good thing about our Nextdoor, like Fondren, we've got Fondren Business District, which y'all seen me driving around, and then Fondren Neighborhood, and then Belhaven over here. But Nextdoor links, so you're thinking, well, my neighborhood's small, but actually they link them together, especially small ones get linked together. So we're actually linked with like 26 neighborhoods, which encompasses 40 to 50% of Jackson as a whole. So actually the reach is out there. So so you interact with the community, and long story short is people will start recommending you because there's a recommendations tab. SE Lock and Key. Yes, sir. What is it doing? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so have you tried adjusting that part on the wall? I think it has oblong holes where you can slide it up and down, maybe? Is the door sliding all the way? Have you checked the make sure there's no rocks or anything? Right. Well, I mean, so you've adjusted where you back those two screws out and slid it up and down to see? Okay. Well, I mean, if that hook is coming out in the door all the way fully, and it's just not engaging on that strike, it's just going to have to be adjusted to make it catch, which, you know, our service charge to come out is 60, and it would range from 15 to 25 to make it work. However, if there's something wrong with the lock itself, there's so many different patio door locks like that, it's hard to say. Do you actually come in that with a key from the outside, or do you simply slide it locked from the inside? Okay. Due to how the design of that is, they're inherently insecure, so we recommend like adding an optional. We've got a product that's like a slide bolt that you add to it. We recommend that for more security. You could buy it and install it yourself, or again, if we came out, it would be the service charge plus the product, which is it usually runs about 60 or 75 to put one on. Okay. Can I'm not sure what the schedule is like for Monday, so can we just call you Monday morning to set up a time and all that? Okay. It'd probably have to be scheduled for Tuesday, so we'll just call you Monday morning and set up a time. Okay, we'll call you Monday morning and set up a time. Thank you. Sliding patio door locks. 11:45 already. This is crazy. Just time flies when you're having fun, right? Yeah, Nextdoor. So going back to that, it's bigger suburban areas. Try not to focus so much on contents on this instead of just talking to you, and I'll just worry about contents later. But I don't want to ignore. If I accidentally ignore somebody saying something, it's just because I'm like behind. Tom McCall, they're on a live YouTube. You're on a live YouTube. I was actually thinking to pop his picture up on here on the screen that he sent me, but it's in my email, and I don't want to open another browser screen because my system's kind of taxed. So going back to that, yes, if I missed a question or anything, if anything like that, sorry, I did not mean to. I will reply to it later, maybe somehow. So yeah, I'll try to scroll through them and keep track of what you guys are talking about. Y'all are talking about 8345s right now. Remove the shackles. I just using. Whoa, well, your Bart, your thing is your thing's messed up on your padlock. If you put the little doodad in wrong, it can do that. To finalize the whole social media thing, no, it's not really. There's one way to use it and another way to use it. In other words, like if you want to communicate with other, say in some of you guys' instances of lock sporters, that's fine. But if you are a business, that's why you would keep the things separate, because like you want to focus. It's like a focus, and this is kind of a marketing rule 101. It basically is you want your focus audience. My focus audience here obviously is people who are interested in locks, a few IT guys, and other maintenance guys who do things like that. But I don't focus my YouTube to my business customer base. It is simply for my side pleasure. my side pleasure to keep me busy in the daytime, because I'm not busy enough in the daytime, right? Yeah, it's the little doodad. The official name for the thing that's messing your padlock up is the doodad. It's actually even on the Avis website, I believe. They call it a doodad. Don't put the doodad in wrong. Get my doodad, which my Avis Life video, my salt sprinkle with the Z-bars. Yeah, that was one of my better times. So that was a brief summary. Actually, we did have a little bit better focus today, I think. I hope y'all think that as well. I'm kind of leaning back and... Ooh, I need to go to OBS and see what's going on here. Hold on. Okay. I'm going to kind of lean back and relax for this last few minutes. Of course, I don't actually have to end the stream. I could actually leave it running, but I'm just trying to keep it, again, once you go past 12 o'clock, it's not Saturday morning anymore, right? And... try to keep them at an hour, because who wants to watch stuff for an hour? Got like, my average view time is 3.47 minutes. I don't have a single, I do have like 3 videos that are maybe that long. So nobody watches the whole thing, but some people do. I do sometimes. Just depends on how interesting it is, right? Okay, so, and once for next week, we'll talk about that briefly for a sec. I'm going to scan back over the comments one last time. But hopefully by next week, we will be able to go over there, because I do want to just, do some random stuff, key up some cylinders. However, Thursday and Friday, I had to key a crap load. I would show you. I wish I could show you. I suck so hard because I can't show you the picture of what I'm talking about right here. If you're on Twitter, you saw me post a picture of a storefront cylinder. So I'm going to do, since I can't show you here, I'm going to do just a short video on talking about some of the changes with aluminum storefront cylinders. They have gotten even more crappy. But actually, one of their crappy ideas being the screws that hold the tailpiece in, they've changed from fine thread to coarse thread screws. So now, and which makes sense because that soft aluminum, having fine threads, while it worked for decades, it did loosen up. And there's really, technically, no reason to fine thread a little bitty tiny screw like that when they can just drill the pilot hole and screw in a what is basically amounts to a tiny sheet metal countersunk head screw. So that's one big change with those. But on Twitter, I posted a picture of the slot. The plug has slots in them, and I had to master key those, you know what's. And if you don't know, when you're holding the plug, and I grab things with my finger and drop them in the plug, well, you can't do that with these cylinders. And I had 30 of them to rekey and master key. When you put it in there, the like here's your hole, and it just wedges like this. So literally, you have to take a pair of pin tweezers, hold it perpendicular and drop it down. Otherwise, it'll jam in there like this. And if it goes like this, and it's anything less than a 3 wafer, I was doing Schlage, so 3 wafer would be 45. If it went sideways, it would roll down the plug. So you drop it in number 2 chamber, and it rolls down to number 5, and you have to get your tweezers and pull it out, and it gets jammed. My God, I hate those cylinders so bad. So yeah, I figured I was going to do a video on them, but I had to rekey so many. My fingers are actually still sore from both taking locks apart and putting them back together and cutting keys, because I had to cut 150-ish keys for that job. Crazy amount of keys. Yes, I was going to, hopefully by next week, long story short, hopefully by next week we can shoot a camera over there. In the meantime, I'm going to start saving my pennies for a video capture card, because I bought a cable for my GoPro thinking I could use it. Of course, the GoPro we've discovered, briefly mentioned that, but I've discovered it's not great for close-up photos. So it's kind of best as the cam for the truck and doing stuff in the field. Best thing I've got now is these 2 phones and this microphone. And I'm glad to know that mostly, besides me not doing what I was supposed to when the customer came in and changed into the Be Right Back screen, I made that damn Be Right Back screen for nothing, right? I have discovered that yes, that's the last thing I'm going to do is come back over the videos, because I do see a question. Thingamabobber, doohickey, doodad. I think the Avis website calls them doodad. Do you find your shop big enough or too small, too big? We are waiting on somebody to get the heck out of here so that both me and the cleaners next door can split their space, but they just won't go away. I need more room. Cleveland is Rune. It's 1 week. 1 week to clean. Funny, Rune. Yes, my new workbench is actually relatively clean. I can carefully, hopefully, move this over here. I'm not going to zoom in, but it is not that bad. It's actually doing pretty healthy right now, and that's only because I had to rekey all those locks. I had to remaster 350. Ugh. Hey, good morning. You're joining in late, Decline. That's okay, though. Welcome. Again, it'll show up later in the feed, because we are starting to wrap it up. We have been talking about tools. We've been talking about social media stuff. We've been talking about streaming for the first time ever, actually streaming, not just shooting it from my phone with my audio. I hope you guys have, even though this part's not much different than what I was doing, to me it's different because I'm able to control it differently. And again, we can pop up the interesting little things. Let's go back and look at that. We're going to try this one more time before we start to finish up the video. But so media source, yeah, that's how we do that. And we're gonna loop this here, so that means it's gonna keep playing over and over until I force it to stop. But what was it? Live Saturday Live. I just grabbed this clip to do a funny outtake with. So, and that's one thing I need to focus on, is how to make this do this. It blows up and makes the screen real big.
Don't forget to get a spare key wire here to put in your box.
But yes, as you can see, I was trying to get it to...
Don't forget to get a spare key wire here to put in your box.
There's a key and a balloon, and it was supposed to...
Don't forget to get a spare key wire here to put in your box.
Multiple tries, multiple balloons, but yeah.
Don't forget to get a spare key wire here to put in your box.
If I do that, I know that I can just like click that and it'll go away. Okay, so that helps me again. Thanks again for sticking with me through this little testing phase. Now I know that I can just post all these clips that I want to do and just hide them from sight until the video is over. So that is very helpful. I really hope you guys have enjoyed it. Those guys who have stayed, y'all who have been here since the beginning, thanks for joining in. Now that I've got that down pat, what we'll probably do, just so that we know what our focus will be next week, is now that I have the ability to do these things, what I'm going to do most likely is kind of just make a, we'll use a period of time as part of our focusing in on what we're supposed to be doing in these videos. We'll use a period of time to kind of talk about some of the funny or whatever clips that I have recorded from the week, and we can talk about them here once I get the audio part straightened out. And that clip was a bit too loud. See, I can't hear it, so sorry about that. For some reason, my clips that I'm adding in are not playing, and there's something going on between my speakers and the settings. So I don't think I have the settings right for those clips. Noted. That's something I will focus in on. And yeah, sorry about that. Did not know because I can't hear it right now. Everything's muted. Might be. And John Doe and everybody. But yes, so next week what we'll do is we'll kind of get whatever, clips that I have that never get put out, kind of like a catch-up of the week. Catch-up of the week! And talk about those in the video. Have a specific focus. I hadn't decided on what that'll be next week, but throughout the week this week, you can stay tuned for the tool video, because that's literally my next one that I'm working on. And aluminum door storefront cylinders, like we talked about in this video. And something else. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, if I think of it, if you are on Twitter, I'm Fondrenlock on Twitter. At this time, again, I could post all that in a cool scrolly thing across that. So next week, stay tuned. I'm forcing myself to learn this program as best I can, so that next week I can just click on a button. It'll appear instantly. It'll be the right volume. Sorry if y'all were wearing headphones and it got too loud, but we're all new at this thing. And I even have a little end screen that once I get done with this, I can click on my little end screen. So I appreciate it. I'm going to go back over all the comments, and I don't know, I'm not sure offhand if I can reply to the comment without being in the live part of it. But if anybody has a question that I missed, always at the end of this video, it will upload to a regular video after a small period of time. So if you are just joining in at the end of this video, you can always wait. As soon as the live stream is over, wait like 30 minutes, I think it takes, maybe a little bit less, and it'll resolve and it'll show up as a video on the channel itself. Ooh, hey JPD. Oh, so about quick interlude as I leave. JPD had tires stolen. Jackson Police Department had their tires stolen off of a car downtown at the training academy like 3-4 weeks ago. And I actually have a picture of it. I couldn't show you, but it was sitting literally on rocks at the police department training academy. Stole them off the car, all 4. And apparently on Twitter, that was the last thing I saw, was reminding me that apparently 3 more were getting towed because they had no tires. So somebody's stealing all the police department cars' tires. Ian Jackson. Most used blanks. Yes, I was going to do a residential and commercial blank. That's a good reminder. That's been on my schedule to do. Kwikset, Schlage, Weiser, Yale, SC4s. That is a good reminder. Thank you. Thank you. I will add that definitely to that. And almost, yep. All right, so those of you here, Lockpicking Patrolman is to leave. He's going to do a live later. Maybe a couple other guys are starting to do live. I don't really pay attention to that. Hey, James Randolph, welcome. Oh, you're highlighted. Oh, you're special. Sorry, late. That's okay. Like I said, you can go back and watch. So, y'all have a great weekend. I will add Kevin. I will add that to my list of stuff. Briefly go back. I'm sorry if I missed anybody. Mr. 17, Don, Lockpicking, Belfast. I didn't see you slip in here. Don, Terry, all you guys who have been watching the feed for a minute, we appreciate it. I'm going to answer this while the feed is still going. SE Lock and Key. You just have to replace the key with a new key. No, they've made them, but they don't work well. You just have to replace the key. Is it just a key without the buttons on it? Alright, we can make you another one. If it's got the chip in it, it's 65. But that's the only way to do it, is to replace the key. You really need to have two keys anyway for your car. Oh, yeah. No, there's no real fix for that. They're 65. Okay. Ford Focus. Both of her keys heads were broken. So anybody, if I have missed you guys, sorry, John Doe, all you guys, William, I did not even get a chance to speak to you. I appreciate all you guys tuning in as always, and wish me luck getting this stream thing figured out next week. If y'all accidentally see me toggle on live, then it's likely not. It's probably a test that I screwed up. So I do want to do that. Victor, Decline, Peter Fox, and everybody who has joined in, we appreciate it. Thanks for joining in on the live feed, as always. If you have any questions or comments that I did not have a chance to reply to, come back in after the video is resolved, post it again, and I'll, of course, try my best to answer it as soon as possible, because I watch all those. Night Owl keeps hitting links and stuff. Oh, I approved that and it didn't show up. So sorry. Yeah, Night Owl. If you do night and then the zero is 0, it comes up easier. It's a little trick for his account. Anyway, thanks again for watching, guys. Y'all have a great one, and have a great weekend. We'll catch you the next whatever video comes up. And for those who are only tuning in to live, again, this is a permanent thing now. Hopefully, as long as I can tolerate it. So next Saturday, live. Maybe we'll start throwing in something else midweek sometime too. You know, never know. Makes this very easy to do, especially now that I have the streaming software. So maybe we can kind of push the fold on doing it more. Not as long, but you know, you never know. Anyway, thanks again, y'all. Have a great weekend. Don't forget, if you have not done so, hit that thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed, click on the subscribe button, because my statistics show 74% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed. That's just crazy. So, thanks again for watching. Hit that like button. We'll catch you next video, guys.